Hey, what's up, world? It's your girl Shay in the building. You already know. Shay World 618. It's a Gemini's world, and her name is Shay. I don't know if I'm going to be saying that all the time, but today I just wanted to come up here to talk about just some relationship shit. I'm gonna come up here and talk about relationships all the time because I've been through so much in different relationships, and they turned out to be always to be situationships. I don't know. Like right now, my kid's father and I, we got back together during the holidays or whatever. Things seem to be it's like it's okay, but like if you dealt with somebody before and things haven't changed, you start to feel like, okay, here we go again. Like this never changed, or you didn't heal from this situation. It's kind of in that area. But we're like getting older. He'll be 40. I'll be 36 this year, 2023, and we're both saying like, listen, this is do or die. Like we gotta get through this shit. At the end of the day, we're gonna have some rocky times. And we're gonna have some heartfelt, good times. Like we're gonna have some good times. I assure it on my end. Him, you guys, like, because he's been let down for so long since he was a kid, and I can relate to it too. But like since he was a kid, love is like real hard. And in my opinion, I was his first love. And that is really crazy because we've been dealing with each other since I was 16 years old. And it's like I'm the one that stuck out the longest, and he's really truly loved me. But, trust came into play where you question it, and then it's like, yeah, I don't know about this time, and that's on both ends. But I just want to get into not about my relationship with my kid's father, just relationships in general. Because before him, I was talking to this guy on, Facebook or whatever, and we had like a little virtual thing going on. I was feeling him for a little minute, but like at the same time, it's kind of confusing because honestly, when I first moved here in Rochester, I wasn't thinking about getting into a relationship. I was trying to give myself 2 years without, intimacy, without a companion or anything. Like I was really trying to give myself a full 2 years without doing anything because I wanted to heal. I wanted to heal myself mentally, spiritually, and physically, get my body right, my finances right. I just wanted to make sure that I was right for my next guy for whenever it's time for God to send me my husband and get married. I want to be able to bring something to the table. Right now, I feel like I can't bring my own self to the damn table, let alone have a table. So it's like I don't have any room for error right now to give a guy an opportunity. And so it just kind of feel comfortable to be back in a relationship with my kid's father just because I know what I'm up against. When dealing with somebody else, it's like, I don't know if he's going to be expecting too much, or I'm going to require too much, or I'm going to pull back because I need space and time. It's like, it's all different kinds of things that can go wrong with those type of relationships. So I don't mean to sound crazy, like I'm settling for my kid's father until I'm ready. But no, I think me and my kid's father, this is a thought process. Because again, we just freshly got back into a relationship. I think in my mind, that me and my kid's father is going to get married. Like this is the end. But as I said before, if I said it on here, God made it where there's no commitment until he comes to me, and I'm looking for spiritual guidance and stuff like that. I have turned my life around tremendously. Despite the things that I say, when I say things, I'm bringing on my past. So don't judge me or anything. It's just nowadays I got God in my life. I put God in it. God was always there, but I put God in my life now. So with my husband, he has to also have God in his life as well. Chase God, want God, desire God, accept God for him, surrender to God, whatever, the whole 9 yards. So I agree. Before I make a full-on commitment to marriage to my kid's father or anybody, he has to come to him first. at the end of the day. I don't even know if my kid's father been baptized. For real, like seriously, his spiritual way of doing things is different from all of us. So we're gonna see how this turns out later on. But in the meantime, we're just enjoying we're enjoying each other's company. All right, so going back to what I was saying about this dude I was talking to virtually, it seemed like it was a connection. But what was weird, like I said, I went through 2 years for myself, right? I moved here October 1st. 8 days into my move, like I didn't even get fully settled in, because 3 days of October the 3rd, I stayed in Pennsylvania because I was doing some cleaning and all of that stuff or whatever. So when I finally touched New York, I finally had a woosah, like, now I gotta find a job. Even though I was already looking for a job before I had left, and I already knew I was going to nail the one that I got now. It's just that I wanted to make sure that I was able to stay afloat with what little cash that I had, and make sure that I had a backup plan, which is a mother's always supposed to do. My ex-boyfriend, who is someone who I loved after my kid's father. I only loved 2 people in my whole entire life in an intimate way, and that was my kid's father and my ex-boyfriend that just got murdered. Now, he got murdered October 8th, okay, 13 slugs to the back, and I can't deny or confirm whether it was about money, but knowing him, it was about money. People are greedy, and and I know him, people just was just doing the most. And, they shot him 13 times. I'm not going to get emotional about it, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. I would say I wanted to mourn him so bad, because, like, knowing the relationship and connection we had, it was so great. Like, for instance, like, during our 3 years on and off, right? I had spent time with him and his boys for the 2 summers that I had them. And, like, that 3rd summer, we just didn't make it, which is last year. And he's a polygamy story too, by the way. That's a whole nother topic. And we just didn't make it, for the 3rd year. Like, we just was, regularly talk. He'll randomly call me, hey, Shay, what's going on? Yada, 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 yada. We would talk for a good hour or so. And we'd talk about every fucking thing. And that was, like, so refreshing for me. So when I moved, because he knew I was moving. I was supposed to move to Georgia first, then Florida. And I wound up back in Rochester. So when I moved to Rochester, when I was moving to Rochester, he was like, oh, so you moving back up there with your baby father. It's like everybody say that same line, like, oh, you going back up there with your baby father. Like, what the fuck? No, that was not the intentions, but here we are. But the fact of the matter is, he said it. He said it. So when October came, I was expecting him to call. I literally thought of him on the 8th and was like, oh my goodness, I ain't speak to him in like a good little minute. Like, I need to, tell him that I got into my apartment so that way he can come out here and visit. Because that's his thing. Like, he would do that. Or whatever. I'll come see him in Jersey, he'll come see me in PA. And he was living with me for a short period of time. So it's like my daughter got a connection with him as well. Like, so when he had died, I just didn't have that moment to mourn him properly, because I had a whole lot of shit already going on prior to me moving here. And then when he died, I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, no, like, no, this can't be. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I was in my bag, but it wasn't like, it was in disbelief. Like, nah, this is a joke. I think he's gonna call me or whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. 3 days later, here comes this dude, come out of nowhere. Now, he's from my hometown as well, but I never seen him before. So he lives in a whole nother state. We just was talking, and next thing you know, he kind of like, I think I was so vulnerable. He opened a whole nother doorway. Like, I didn't get a chance to mourn my ex the way I wanted to, because he came into my life. Mind you, remember, I was supposed to be doing my 2-year break. He opened the door where I allowed him, my vulnerability allowed him to open the door that I never thought I would be able to open. And we just started connecting with each other, just talking, and the way my mood was, like, he just kept me laughing. It was like, my ex who? Like, I didn't even, like I said, I didn't get a chance to properly mourn my ex because this guy was so swifty. Like, he was so good at, treating me well on the internet. And, like, to the point, I was so caught up. I almost visited this dude out of a week. Like, almost told him I loved him. All that shit, like, love at first sight type shit. Like, it was, like, real cuckoo vulnerability. I was at the wrongest vulnerable moment of my lifetime, because again, I still didn't get a chance to mourn him the way I was supposed to, because I really did love him. Like, I really loved him with all of me. Like, everybody knew about it. Like, we inseparable. Like, he is a Aquarius, I'm a Gemini, so we had that little compatible thing. Only problem we had was him trying to add another person. He's into polygamy. I am not. I don't see myself doing it. Which is a conversation I might do if I could be the alpha female. If I can be the dominant one, where I'm choosing the person where I can enter her in our life and she can exit. Like, I can exit her or she can exit. And I'm pretty much the one that you spend most of the time with. She's kind of like the domestic person. I don't think that even exists. But yeah, that's my that's my polygamy version of a relationship if I was to choose one. But yeah, he was into that stuff, and that was our bigger issue or whatever. Other than that, if he didn't have that, we was gonna be together. I promise you. But this dude, I'm not gonna speak his name, but like I said, I was feeling him for a minute. Like, it was feeling really good. Like, then boom. A few days later, after meeting him, I had to go to the funeral. Now, before I get to the funeral part, let me describe this guy. He is somebody totally opposite of what I would date. Now, I'm so used to Dougs. I'm so used to big guys, like muscle guys that just freshly came home, dreads, the whole 9 yards, chains, that thug life mentality. I'm used to it, but over it, if you get what I mean. Like, I want me a classy guy, like a laid back, old school kind of guy, down to earth, family oriented type of guy, not in the streets. That's the guy I like. I like that one's working, got his own, hold his own. Like, I'm into those, but this guy was the total opposite of what I would date today. He's the guy that I used to date when I was like in my teenage years. So what attracted me about him is the fact, I don't know why, just started throwing gang signs in my face. Like, I don't know why that was so appealing, but it just had me, I think it just had me in a little girl state of mine. When I was in my vulnerable state, I felt like I was 16, 17, 18 again. Like, I felt youthful when I was talking to this guy. So, and it was like I was forgetting about everything. We was on the phone all day long, yo. Mind you, I'm supposed to be looking for work. I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be doing that. I wasn't doing none of that. I was just letting life just be. He was working with me. When I say work, I was doing Walmart Spark, which is doing deliveries. You grab the customers' groceries, and you ship it, you take it to their house, deliver it, take a picture, and that's that, and you get paid off of it. So I was doing that with him, draining my battery, knowing I need all the battery juice I can get so I can make all the money I could possibly get and stuff. And he just was ignoring the fact that that's what I needed to do. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, hold up, brother, I need to make some money. But it was cute. So let me tell you, he was doing damn lean, he was doing pills, he was drinking, he was fucking doing coke. Okay, and that's my first time that I know of dealing with somebody that dealt with coke. But it doesn't, in all honesty, That fucking coke, dope, all of that shit is in pills, so it's no different. You can't judge a person just because they doing coke and dope, but just the fact that he was doing coke, okay, literally doing coke in my face, like what the fuck, hold up, nigga. You're doing too much. But at the time, I thought it was all cute. He a rapper, he was doing his own thing. I thought it was I don't know what the fuck I thought. I just know I wasn't mourning my ex at the time. I wasn't mourning him. He was keeping my mind off of him, which is like, I feel like almost, I want to say God sent me this distraction just so I wouldn't be in my bag, because he knew that if I be in my bag over my ex-boyfriend, I wouldn't be focused. I wouldn't be getting out of bed. That's how depressed I would have been. So I thank God for that, for just sending me a distraction. But I had to let the distraction go. But before I get there, I went to the funeral, right? And then he was supportive of me. He was like, you know what? Go ahead and go to the funeral, blah, blah, blah. I see you when you get back. Man, when I came back from that fucking funeral, reality just started setting in. And it was like a ball of fire. Like, I'm sorry if I sound like I'm going to tell it. It was like a ball of fire. Like, you could feel the little ball of fire going down to Jersey and then coming back from the funeral. It was quiet. Like, the fire, I ain't get no sleep for 24 hours at that. The fire was just increasing. So as soon as I got in the house, I started crying, like, why? Like, the vulnerable person, the little girl turned into me today. Like, like, why did that happen? Because seeing him in the casket, I'm like, nah, no fucking way. He's too dark. He's, this, he's too small. No, that's not him. No, that's not him. Everybody crying hysterically. No, that's not him. He gonna call. He gonna say it's a prank. He gonna tell you he was in Hawaii. He gonna, because he just was getting, like, nah, this is not him. So reality started setting in. No, that's him. And I couldn't do nothing but cry when I came back home. And then the guy I was talking to, the reality set in, and I was looking at this, like, where the fuck you come from? like, wait a minute now. Like, Jake, like, yo, what? Like, I knew who he was. But reality set in so good, like, oh my God, who the fuck? Like, wait, who let you in here? Like, you can feel multiple personalities coming out. Like, wait, who let you in here? Like, in my heart, in other words, like, who let you in here? Who? I wanted to instantly block him right then and there, because I knew that's not my kind. That's not my type. Like, why would the fuck? What is wrong with me? Like, I just open the door for anybody. Like, no offense if he's listening. It's just like, what the fuck? Like, but I started just talking to him more and more and more. And then the more I talked to him, the more I just was finding myself less interested. Then on top of it, a week later, some goddamn girl of his that he was dealing with, probably was still dealing with, called me my cell phone. How you get my phone number, girl? I know it's on social media, but how you get my cell phone? It's like, you calling me about a dude that I have never even seen. I ain't never even boinked, none of that. Like, we ain't spend no money with each other, going on dates or nothing. You calling me about this dude? Okay. So, me still being angry and just raging and all that shit, I just let the girl have it. Normally, I'm be on my woman empowerment shit, like, you know what, girl, you can have him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't even that deep. I'm gonna be honest with you and break it down, how we even started talking. But I was so angry. I was like, bitch, I'll fuck your father and nut on your, like my mouth was ridiculous. Like, I'll fucking nut on your, you know what I mean? Like, is you serious right now? Like, don't ever come the fuck at me about a nigga. Like, you retarded it. Like, she was so, don't judge me. This is my podcast. I told you I'm different. I'm very different from everybody else. the things that I say, sometimes I mean, it's just I was on the verge of so much balled up anger and how much I allowed this dude that I don't know to come into my life out of nowhere in the midst of me trying to be vulnerable and mourn somebody I really truly love. Like, why did I allow this to happen to me? Now I'm angry with you and him, and I'm ready to take this half a tire, like, because my driver tire had got a nail in it. As soon as I got to Rochester, say that a bitch. And I'm ready to take this half a tank, a little bit of cash that I got, and drive all the way to Virginia. Like, bitch, you got me fucked up. Like, I was that angry that I really was like on some give me your address type shit. Like, I'm that angry with the world. I'm that angry that he didn't get the chance to come to my house. I'm that angry with whoever did that to him. I'm angry at the fact of myself for allowing this other dude to come into my life as a gang member, let alone doing drugs in my face. Like, are you serious, girl? Like, it's so much I can say, but I don't want to disrespect him in any kind of way, because at the end of the day, because I know he's trying to pursue a dream and all of that stuff. That's good. I hope you do continue with it. I hope you get sober, go turkey, the whole 9 yards. It's just I'm up here venting about situationships and how vulnerability plays, and you have to really heal before getting into another relationship. And me and my kid's father, we're working on us together. It's a process because I'm so used to certain behaviors, just like he's used to certain behaviors, and it's like we have our ups and our downs. Because now when we have our downs and we argue, we're arguing harder. Okay, it's no more soft tone. Let me calm down because she'll cry, or let me not say this because it's gonna hurt his Leo feelings or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much now. It's like a little hatred with the arguing. Like, you ain't gonna, like, it's so much I can say, but trying to lick each other's wounds and stuff, I feel like we have to honestly heal separately and then together. So that means we may need counseling. In order for us to grow and move past where we at right now, we need counseling on both ends. I need my own therapist, he needs his own therapist, and later down the line we'll make it joint and have our own therapist put together as we grow together, because this is going to get uglier before it can get better. And I wanted to get better because I choose my kid's father. He's the only one. He knows me in and out just as well as I know him in and out. I have accepted his kids, and he accepted my daughter. So it's like I said, we have outside kids. So like, we have accepted the fact that we both have outside kids outside the relationship. And in order for us to get past this, we have to really sit down and talk about it, and not talk about it and like, okay, and then bring it up the next. No, you need to talk about it, let it go, drop it in the envelope, fly that shit. That's it. No more bringing it the fuck up. That's the fuck it, Until that time, I'm gonna have to sit back and do a spiritual cleanse and heal on my own. But I'm just up here like, I'm over it. I'm over being hurt by guys. I could go on and tell you other stories about other situationships that I've been in, but it's just, it all goes back though. It all goes back from needing the love from your father, and I don't necessarily blame my father. It's just certain actions that I hoard throughout my mind to the point where I'm at right now. I need the love from a male. That's why I opened the door for this dude in Virginia. Like, hold on. I don't even know you, and I'm over here being stupid over you. I'm over here about to drive in my car to go do something to this girl who you probably laying with, and just call me whenever she's not around. I don't know, because I never could see past a certain point in your house. So I don't even know. I know I found where your fucking ass live at. Don't play with me. I was on some psycho shit. Like, when she was calling me and telling me, going on. Oh, what? Where you at? Just going off the details of what he's saying. He high. He not paying attention. He on this street. He talking to somebody on this street. Oh, he said he got this gas station on this corner. Put two and two together. You a white kid. Took a picture of that shit. Put that shit on social media. Don't play with me. I'll find you quick. Listen, all I know is I'm not that type of person. I was angry, okay? But I am scared of my anger. I know that my anger can go somewhere else if I'm pushed to the limit. I'd hate to be hit with a whole lot of shit at one time or hit rock bottom and motherfuckers trying to play me, kick me when I'm down or whatever. I'm scared of who I can become or, the person is inside of me. I'm scared of that person. I don't know what to do with that person. You know what I mean? Like, I'm scared that this person is going to hurt somebody. So with that being said, it's better to heal before you get into another relationship because you're carrying on so much of the burdens, the hurts, the old feelings, the old baggage, the old everything. Just you're carrying on all of that in a book bag that I told you to let go of in the beginning of the year. Get rid of empty loads. If you ever heard, that was my first episode. Get rid of empty loads. Burdens and everything that is not yours. It does not belong to you. Get rid of it before you join something else. Get rid of it before you go to another job or get into another relationship or join another project. Just get rid of it. You don't need it to carry on into the new you that you are trying to become. Listen, those who don't know, I am very spiritual. Listen to Pastor Stephen Furtick on YouTube, Elevation Church. He's really bomb. He just said something about enjoying the new you or accepting the new you. Listen to that sermon. It's an hour long, but it's worth it. I'm telling you. Yes, 2 sermons in one. It's worth it. Okay. So I'm working on myself as I go along. Thankfully, my kid's father is very patient because he has his own shit going on. I do too, but being that we have 2 separate homes, it's kind of easier to heal while in the relationship. Hey, you need me today? Hey, how was your day? Even though like I'm having my own bad day, he doesn't need to know that I'm having a bad day unless it needs his attention because he doesn't need what I'm going through to be placed on him and vice versa. Not yet. We came in with this shit. We're not about to start sharing. Not yet, in my opinion. Heal first before you get into something else. I just want to really come up here just to get that off of my chest because it was weighing heavy on my heart about my ex-boyfriend, how he was murdered and I didn't get a chance to mourn him the proper way, and how the door was open for someone else that I wouldn't even look twice at. No offense, but how vulnerability plays a part in your new situation. I pray to God I'm never in that situation ever again, unless it's meant for me to heal. Again, God sent him to my way just for a distraction, and now that distraction is gone, I'm back into another relationship. Again, I never healed in between. I just jumped from one situation to another situation to another situation, praying that this is my last situationship, relationship, marriage. We gonna see. And I'm gonna end this with this. Okay? Don't be allowing people to just do and say whatever. I mean, of course you have a choice whether to ignore them and keep it moving. But if you are pressure, baby, you are pressure. People are going to be jealous of you no matter what. They're going to say something whether you're up, down, in between. Just don't let them try to dim your light and try to make you feel less of a person or try to make you, gaslight you in front of people or whatever. Just keep them in a certain level and let them know, bitch, I'm pressure. Either get like me or stay the fuck away. Y'all have a good day.